Morning, everybody. It is 8:10 a.m., May 31st, last trading day of May. It's Friday, so there could be some end of the month trickery today. We will have to see. Yesterday, late day sell off. You had the market go down, then the market went up, and then did the typical late day sell off it's been doing. Hit some key levels. Right now, actually, we were lower. We're actually above yesterday's close, believe it or not. Now we have big news coming. 8:30 core PCE. All right. If that number is a little softer, this market should go higher. Right now, we're currently resting above the monthly VWAP. All right. So it very, very interesting on what can happen here. We did hit the 20-day simple moving average in SPY. I believe in futures you might have even hit the 50-day moving average. So this could be a dip, not sure. Okay, we'll have to see. All right, so without further ado, welcome to my channel. My name is Steven Gonzalez. I use volume profile, market profile to find structure in the market along with gamma exposure levels, supply and demand, anchored VWAPs, and the most traded price of the year, the rolling month, the rolling week, and the previous day. That just helps me find structure basically in this market. And the market's an auction. Okay, so every day I do this, 8:10 a.m. Okay, what I usually do is I first go over the futures watch list and other watch lists. All right, find out leaders and laggards, why things are moving, why things are not. Then go over some economic calendar news, some news, obviously, so maybe some upgrades and downgrades. Then we go into daily charts. Then we go into scenarios about 8:30. I go over scenarios in the ES and the Nasdaq, and basically trade scenarios. All right, what I'm pretty interested in looking at, putting risk on, or putting or keeping the sidelines. All right, so hope you could join me. All right, and you can subscribe and set an alert. All right, if you enjoy my content. All right, give me a thumbs up, a like, that would mean a lot. All right, you can also follow me on X at Gonzo719. All right, now let's get into the watch list here and let's see what's going on. All right, so very, very interesting. Okay, remember core PC at 8:30. We'll go over that live. Ether up 1.11%. 30-year bonds being bought slightly up 0.08. 10-year yield has not reported yet. It will be flat, but that will move with core PCE, I believe. Crude is basically flat. The Dow is flat. Gold really like flat, right? Waiting for this core PCE. The dollar is only down 0.08. ES is only down 0.10. Okay. Russell down 0.15, silver down 0.17, Nasdaq down 0.23, Bitcoin down 0.48. The VIX is down 1.66%. Okay, you're pushing up from these lows, but really, in about 16 minutes, we'll really see what the deal is. Okay, like I said, that core PCE number comes in softer, or even maybe even in line, but softer. This market should rally a little bit. All right, now we've been getting Fed speaking and it's been hawkish talk. All right, however, we just pulled back, right? So again, we could be pricing in these later rate cuts, right? So we just went up, made all-time highs, and we pulled back, right? Is this pullback baking in, you know, the cuts? It's forward-looking. Futures market's forward-looking. So anytime there's a pullback, right, it could just be people taking profit, people taking, people including these rate cuts later in the year. All right, remember, futures are always about 6 months ahead of us or more. All right, so that's that. All right, that's the. Let's move on to the Max 7 Plus here. All right, let's see who's leading the pack here. Nvidia, shocker. Nvidia pulled back yesterday. All right, to a key level, 1100. Okay, it's up 1.22% right now. Okay, so remember what I said yesterday. Even though Nvidia pulled back, Nvidia is doing a 10-to-1 stock split. Okay, like I said, I think people are going to buy that dip. That's happening right now. Roblox up 0.9, Coinbase up 0.74. Right, that's really the only big leaders. The big losers: Amazon down 0.83, Snow down 0.96, AMD down 1.09%, and Baba just down 2.34. Okay, Bob is down 2.34. All right, let's move on to the top sector stocks. All right, now we got semis are the weakest sector this morning. However, there's some leaders like Nvidia, right? Qualcomm up 0.63. McDonald's has been beaten down. All right, they're up 0.29. Eli Lilly up 0.28. Johnson and Johnson up 0.22. Salesforce got destroyed yesterday. That's up 0.17. All right, now laggard. There really only is one. Costco reported earnings. They kind of missed, so they're only down slightly though. All right, now moving on to my swing trade list and see who the leader is there. Ulta Beauty reported earnings. They beat. All right, CrowdStrike I think also reported earnings. Let me just make sure that. No, they did not. They did not. There's probably something else going on there, and probably an upgrade maybe. Donald Trump is up 2.24. Obviously, Donald Trump found guilty in all 34 counts. MicroStrategy up 1%. Roblox up 0.9. All right, let's see the laggards here. Big loser, Dell. All right, the AI is chipping into their margins. All right, so they're down 15.91%. Marvel down 4.22%. Datadog down 3.24%. Nordstrom down 2.81. Supermarket Produce down 1.93. AMC down 1.89. And Gilead, GameStop 1.68. Taiwan Semiconductor down 1.49. All right, that's that. All right, let's move on to sectors. Sectors. Financials are nothing's up. All right, really look at that 0.0000, right? Semis are making a comeback. They were just down more than that. They're only down 0.14. So this market is really flat coming into this numbers that are going to be released at 8:30. It is getting ready. All right, it is getting ready for this release of those numbers. That's basically what that sector update is letting you know. Okay, now we can look at the economic calendar and see what we have coming up here. All right. Now, let's look at today. What are we looking at here? Now, the core PCE year over year is really what I'm going to look at here. We're looking for, now I saw it in the juice here, the financial juice. They are saying we're expected to get 2.76 year over year core, 2.76. That's interesting that it's adding a 2.76. Okay. So, round that's 2.8. So, let's just call it 2.8. All right. Previously was 2.8. So if this is 2.7 or below, that should be bullish. All right, 2.7, 2.6, that will be bullish. Anything above 2.8 would be bearish. So all eyes on this, right? And you got personal spending. Now the PCE year over year, that's looking at 2.7. So the numbers are very close. So like I said, number comes in soft, market should rally. All right, market should rally. That means the Fed's work is being done. But we'll just have to see. Okay, because the Fed speakers have been a little hawkish of late. But bonds yields came down. Now yields right now are flat, waiting for this number. But the yields, people bought bonds yesterday, which helped the Russell because the Russell's more sensitive to the yield. Okay, so we'll just have to see what's going to happen here. Now, anything in the juice here? Let's see here. Not really. I don't really see anything to talk about here. Let's go into here. Now, retail has had a mixed bag. Some was getting destroyed, like I talked about. Dell Technologies slumped 15%. And I already told you about the workload. Now, see, this is a mixed bag of Gap. Some retailers have been destroyed, like Kohl's. Some have done good, right? So Gap jumped 623%. Nordstrom, see, stock fell 7.5. Okay, let's see here. Marvel. Now this is a semi. Stock fell 5.7 after the chip maker missed expectations. So semis here, that's a little negative, right? Costco stock fell, right? That's really this what's going on here. But a bunch of other ones like Foot Locker had good numbers, like so. It's all over the place. Obviously, Salesforce not looking good. That's why software companies took a hit yesterday. All right, that could be why Microsoft was down. No one really knows, but that's what's going on there. Let me see if there's something else that we can pull. Oh, Jesus, that's not what I wanted to do. All right, let's see if I have other news that we can go off of here. Give me 1 second. I'm going to pull this news up here. Again, we're going to go right back to when this all comes out. Let's go to here. Let's see here. Price cuts. Let's see here. Let's read that. Price cuts weaker. Price cuts, weaker spending may boost Fed's faith in inflation outlook. A new round of price cuts by major U.S. retailers and data showing consumer spending slowdown may boost the Federal Reserve's confidence in falling inflation to take the edge off of corporate profits that have grabbed the largest share of the national income since the COVID-19 pandemic. All right. Let's see. Tesla to recall over 125,000 vehicles. That doesn't seem to be moving Tesla. Boeing fighter fighters approved new contract deal. All right. Let's see here. I don't want to repeat anything I just said, so I know Ulta Beauty is up pretty good. We talked about that. So here's the thing about Foot Locker. Foot Locker Inc. Barclay raises target price. All right. Hormel Foods, JP Morgan raises target price. Kohl's, JP Morgan cuts target price. All right. Kohl's got destroyed. All right. Let's go over daily charts here. We squeeze them in here while we wait for this news to drop. And the market's doing exactly what it's supposed to be doing right now. All right, let's look at what we did yesterday. So, what did I say? This key level here, it was broken. Okay, yesterday. The 524s, we broke it. What did we hit? The 20-day simple moving average. Initially, the market did bounce off of it and we were coming back up here. But as soon as it did that, it rolled over, right? And then got bought up into the close a little bit. Okay? Right pretty much close to the 20-day simple moving average, okay? So where are we at now? 522.70, let's say. Right close to the close of yesterday. Okay, so right waiting for what's going on. It's going to happen in 5 minutes here with this thing. So let's look at the futures chart here. And you can see here what happened. Here's the 50-day moving average in futures. Okay, didn't quite go there, but look at that buying that just got bought up. Bought up, right? Right to the close. So this market's waiting to push. Now, do we go all the way back up to last week's lows? The 20-day simple moving average in futures? Who knows? Do we fall to the 50-day moving average? I believe this is all in the hands of the PCE right now. Okay, so Qs. What did we do? Broke that downtrend, right? And now the Qs, look what they did. Broke last week's lows, but then closed at the lows of last week. Okay, closed at the lows of last week. Where are we now? 451. We are right here, close to the lows of yesterday. Okay, now look at futures. You can see in futures you hit the 20-day simple moving average in the Qs in the Nasdaq. Okay, so like I said, this 18621 right here is key level. If we go above that today, we can start making our move back up to all-time highs if the core PCE number is soft. Okay, nobody knows. Okay, but the personal consumption expenditure numbers, we'll see where they go. Okay, so that is SPY and Qs. All right, now we can go into the triple-headed monster, check in, because right now this is going to wait until the numbers drop. Now, 10-year yield, look what happened. Wham. Big move up one day. That was bought. All right, bonds were bought yesterday. Caused this to come down. And now we're here at 4.5. So we got to really see. This bond's not going to move much until in 3 minutes. Okay, about 3 minutes. The dollar also should be stagnant. Right. Right now the dollar is slightly down. Okay, about right here. And we'll see what the dollar does. Now the VIX has shown some life, right? Came all the way up almost to 15, but now it's falling back. But again, this should all change in about 3 minutes. That is your triple-headed monster. All right. Well, let's go to, I think I'm going to go to the hourly charts here. I'm trying to think, hourly charts, or should we go double-sided market profiles, and we can still see the market move. Let's see here what I want to do. Happy Friday, Chief. Maybe we do double-sided here today. Maybe that's what we do today. We can really see the price movement right here. Boom. So we got the the Nasdaq on the left. We'll just make it nice and big. ES on the right. Now you can see, that's what the market profile is. It's only 30-minute bars, comprised of 30-minute bars. That's all it is. These are just 30-minute bars. So we'll watch. This is coming out in 1 minute. All right, let's make it even bigger. Let's make this even bigger here. And we'll see here, because right now, this just broke this supply in the ES. Right, you're going to see this starting to move up and down more as we approach 8:30. So we got markets and Nasdaq on the left, ES on the right. We have about 15 seconds to the news drops. It's very pivotal. Very, very pivotal. Boom. There it is. Initial move up. Let's see if the whoop, there they go. Now that initial move might be wrong. Let's see. First, let's look at the numbers. All right, let's see. Really? You're not going to update? Crude 20-day ES supply. All right, so core. Wow. Okay. Look like in line. Core PCE year over year 2.8. Consensus was 2.8. PCE price index year over year 2.7. Expected 2.7. So really a nothing burger. And the market's rising. Okay, so really nothing burger. Let's see here. Core PCE month over month, that went down 0.2. Personal income month over month, consensus 0.3. We got 0.3. Personal spending month over month 0.3. Got 0.2. So really month over month core PCE went down. Maybe that's what the market's reacting to right now initially. Okay. There's the results there. All right. Let's look at the charts. Give me one sec. I'm gonna pull up the dual right here. So the market's liking these, liking this right now, as far as I can see. Okay. Now, what are we gonna do? We're gonna look at initial liking it. It's in line. So in line is not going up. And the month over month beat. That was soft. So that's the only glimmer I see. But you got to go with the market's showing you, right? Let's look at these results in the futures here. So from this, you got to look at the 10-year yield, the dollar now. Now the Russell's liking it. 30-year bonds are being bought. That should send yields lower. ES is up 0.14. Dow's up 0.13. Gold's up. Crude is up. NASDAQ is up from yesterday's close. The dollar is down. Interesting. 10-year yield is down. 4.53 yield, down 4.48%. The VIX just went down 4.42%. It's down to 13.83. Market is still liking this. Continues to push. Now remember, the momentum is still with bulls. Okay? Anything to buy, right? Remember, Nvidia dipped down. Nvidia is almost up. Let's look at it. Look at these now. Let's see, Coinbase up 2.27. Nvidia's up 1.84%. Amazon only down 0.29 now. AMD's only down 0.16. BABA doesn't matter, it doesn't move the market. So now the market is showing, and it just keeps going higher. Okay, this market keeps going higher. We just hit into a supply zone in the ES. I can get rid of this supply zone. Let's get rid of that. Okay. So, market is liking these numbers so far, and that's all that matters. We got good volume today. Remember, it's end of the month. Boom, there's our volume today. Look at that. We're 153% of normal volume and 164 in the NASDAQ. That is great volume, folks. That's what you want to see today. And the market continues to go higher. The VIX is probably even going lower. Okay? We'll have to see if there's any trickery today. Okay? Now, let's look at this as far as in the market profile structure. All right. Like I said, this is going to shake out a little bit, so my scenarios probably won't be on point closer to the open just because a lot can happen from right now. But we have to look at the structure together. Okay? Let's look at it together. Let's see what's going on here. Okay, this is our market profile, volume profile chart. All right, let's see what we did. Let's look at structure. All right. So remember I said, okay, the market needs to make new value somewhere else. Now you have, very interesting, of the last week, three distributions. One here, one here, and one here. Now, this market, okay, has three large volume nodes here, high volume nodes here, that it needs to get through. It didn't move it down here yet, but if it stays here, okay, this is very important. This is the most traded price of the month in the week, about 53.25, 53.23. Okay, if this large node, if we stay here, just want to explain this, and this moves down here today, that's more bearish because now you're establishing value lower. However, if we zip through here and start doing this, we can eventually get back here. Okay. Now, another thing to keep in note here, you have shorts from here, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. People are getting paid. Okay, so if you're short and you see this, what do you think you're going to do? You think you're going to want to go short, or you want to take profits? Okay, this is the end of the month. End of the month. So this is really key, this area here for the market. It was yesterday's most traded price, and look where price is. That's why I plot them on my charts, right? This is why I say I use market profile, volume profile to find structure in the market, and I say I use the preceding the yesterday's most traded price too. That's at least the hot pink box is always the most traded price of yesterday. Well, price is there right now. If it blows through that and blows through this supply and you hold and hold, well, then we're going to start testing this large volume node. Okay, and if you get out of that, we're going back to value. Okay, the more and more this VIX goes down, it's down 5.46% now. Now again, obviously, if you can't get out of this, this market could dump. Okay, so we're really at a very key level here. Really key. Here's the monthly VWAP. Okay, and all that tells you is for the month of May. We were, yesterday's close broke the monthly VWAP right here. Okay, when that turns red, that means sellers are in control of the month. Well, it's green again because we're above it. Now right here you see it's green. That means buyers are back in control of the month. And it's undisputable. Indisputable. There's no argument to that, like what? Yes, buyers are in control. The volume weighted average price for the month has now been put back into the buyer. Okay? And like I said, we had a bunch of selling here. And this market is about momentum. And I was saying, Nvidia had the pullback yesterday. That was the pullback. Probably people are like, you know what? I'm buying it. I'm buying, let's just say I'm buying 10 shares of it. I'll have 100 shares at 110. Okay. Now, I don't know, what's going to happen from here. I really don't. I have no dog in this race. All right, but let's look at sectors real quick. Look at before the news dropped. I just want to note this. Semiconductors were the laggard. They were down at the bottom. Semis have now flipped to the leader. What else is the leader? XLF, financials. XLK, largest sector in the S&P 500. Okay, that moves the market. Yesterday, tech was weak. That's why the market eventually moved just lower. Okay, if I bring up those internals, just want to show you yesterday. So from the open, Technology was the loser, but it's 29.2% of the S&P 500. That's the weight. So it was down 1.22%. Well, what did the market do? Because look at financials up, healthcare up, discretionary up, communications only down a little bit, industrials up, energy up. That doesn't matter. Do you see what drives the market? Tech. Tech's down, you're most likely going to go down. That's why I showed you sectors. Look at technology right now. Okay? Financials is the second largest. So if you have financials and tech bullish and semis, which is included in tech, okay. Moving on. We'll just look at this, okay? So I really believe, okay, you need to break this supply. You need to get out of this. And the market's still pushing, okay? VIX is still dropping. So yesterday's high is 52.77. You need to break that. You need to break it and then see what we do. If we hold yesterday's most traded price, that's around 52.65, okay? If we can hold it, then you're going to try to go up to this high volume node here. You go through that, you're heading right back here. Now again, conversely, I'm going to do it very quickly here, how I normally do. Let's go to scenarios. I don't think I'll be able to get into the NASDAQ today, but we'll see. Right now, like I said, this could shake out differently by the close to the market open. You got a lot of single prints here. It's going to be single prints. So just based off this, okay, if you want to be bullish, now there's going to be some demand here, down here. I'm going to have to draw that in later, okay? But look, most traded price of yesterday's right here. You need bulls to defend this, okay? So if you break the supply, break yesterday's highs, and you get a little pullback in here, you want to see bulls defend that, and then it can make the move. There's week-to-date VWAP right here, and this zone will be the next zone that you might bounce around a little bit, and if you break this supply, we might even go back. Okay, that's what I'm looking at for a long today. Okay, let's go for the short. The same thing here. If this supply holds, you got single prints here, right? If this holds, let's say we do this, boop, boop, but then we start getting lower high, and we break back under yesterday's most traded price, and we start holding. Well, then these single prints are going to get taken out, and now the market's going to have a decision to make. Do we go lower? Do we break these overnight lows and go lower back to the most traded price of the year, which is about 52.05? That's really the name of the game today. Okay? All right. Now let's look at the NASDAQ. We'll look at it together. All right. NASDAQ's a little different, right? It changed a little bit. The NASDAQ is a little weaker, relatively weaker. Okay. Let's see if we can do this because I got to take off in about a minute or two. Here's our profile, right? Here's the level I talked about yesterday. Remember that? I said this level's so important for the NASDAQ, and look, it couldn't get over it and it dumped. Okay. This is the level again. 187.50 in the NASDAQ. Here you got single prints from this news. Okay, we're back into range. We're at the midpoint of yesterday's range. All right. So we're got to go into a supply zone. All right, this is very important. It's all about this level, 187.50, and yesterday's most traded price. If the market can get above this and hold, you could possibly go back up. If it can't, one or two things happens, right? If we come up here, hit this, Don't find acceptance above, go back below it, hold, hold, hold. We could stake out these single prints and go back lower, right? And then what happens is we might establish value lower here. I mean, it might not take out these lows, but we might establish value lower going into the month end, right? But this month end sometimes is real tricky because sometimes big moves happen, okay? Like a big move can happen today and just be like, whoop, right, for the month close. Or it could do the other thing. We'll just have to see. Okay, so very crucial. That's all I'm going to be looking at is this level, how the market reacts to that level. Okay, so right now, market's all up. The close is all the way down here. So we're up here. We're at the midpoint of yesterday's range. Like I said, this is the determining factor. Okay, so hope everybody enjoyed that analysis today. And I'll be back on Monday. Hope everybody has a good weekend. Stay patient. Remember, it's the end of the month. There could be trickery today, so be careful. All right, everybody, take it easy.